In their latest financial results, Nintendo did confirm that Splatoon 2 has hit 10 million sales on the Switch, and this pleases me so much because Splatoon 2 is one of my favourite games of all time. It is the most sort of time I have put into a Switch game. It is probably up there as my favourite Switch game. I would probably say Breath of the Wild is equal in first place with Splatoon 2. I really do love the game. I've put so many hundreds of hours, maybe thousands of hours, not only playing the game but also making videos talking about the game. I just absolutely love Splatoon 2, and I feel like they've done such a good job with this game coming out in the first year. They took advantage, or the game took advantage of like the sort of Switch hype of a new sort of console coming out, so then releasing it in the first year of the Switch was such a good move. It got a lot of the Japanese audience to buy a Switch. It got me to buy a Switch. That was the sole reason I did buy a Switch in the first place. I didn't want to miss out on Splatoon 2. I bought a Switch at launch pretty much just to play the global test fire in April. I didn't want to miss out on a new Splatoon experience. I think new updates helped to keep this game in the minds of a lot of people, Splatfest as well. It just allowed this game to be constantly in the news, and yeah, the Octo expansion DLC obviously did that in bucket loads. It is probably the best DLC ever made in my opinion. The game is great, it deserves all of the sales it is getting. I also believe Nintendo putting in the inklings into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Smash Bros Ultimate, more popular games than Splatoon 2. They have more established fan bases than Splatoon because obviously Splatoon is a new IP. So getting that sort of exposure for a new IP in such massive titles like a Mario Kart game and Smash Bros Ultimate, again, I feel like that has done a really good job with promoting Splatoon 2. So Nintendo couldn't have done a better job with Splatoon 2 in terms of the game itself. When it did come out, the updates we did get for 2.5 years, maybe up to 3 years, the DLC, then of course, like I said earlier, you can't take away the factor of putting in Splatoon content in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Smash Bros Ultimate. Maybe Nintendo didn't necessarily intend the sort of promotion that sort of exposure would have got, but yeah, it was such a good move from Nintendo putting in Splatoon content in those two games. But yeah, Nintendo have done a really good job with Splatoon 2, but the fact that it has hit 10 million sales, I kind of feel like Nintendo won't release Splatoon 3 on the Switch because they don't want to undercut Splatoon 2 sales. Why would they release Splatoon 3 on the Switch when Splatoon 2 is still selling? New people are picking up the Switch all of the time. They are seeing what games are the most popular on the system, and then they pick up those games, and Splatoon 2 is one of them. I believe in the last quarter of 2019, Splatoon 2 sold 500,000 units in sales. Even though we stopped getting updates, we stopped getting Splatfest, it was still selling an incredible amount, and I feel like that will play a huge role in terms of when we will be getting Splatoon 3. I don't think we will be getting Splatoon 3 on the Switch. I really don't. I don't think Nintendo want to undercut Splatoon 2 sales, and I kind of feel like Nintendo might think, you know what, we could use Splatoon 3 to push the next gen system. They don't need a new Splatoon game on the Switch at the moment when Splatoon 2 is still selling. So for me, yes, I would love Splatoon 3 on the Switch, but the fact that Splatoon 2 is still selling, I really do feel like that will play a huge sort of role in terms of when we will be getting Splatoon 3. But let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Long-term viewers will know that I have felt this way, that we will not get Splatoon 3 on the Switch for a long time now, probably up to a year since I did come around to that idea. But the fact that Splatoon 2 is still selling, it has now hit 10 million sales. Maybe sales will dry up, but again, I don't think Nintendo will want to undercut Splatoon 2 sales. I think they will want to treat Splatoon as a once per console sort of IP, where we will get numbered sort of games, mainline games, one per system, and then maybe we will get maybe one or two spin-off games on a system as well. That is what I think we are looking at. I don't think we will get a Splatoon 3. Hopefully we will get a spin-off game to sort of tide us over until Splatoon 3, but yeah, hopefully Nintendo will use this time to sort of make Splatoon 3 just like what Project Splatoon 3 is like from Squeaky, an ambitious sort of step forward for the series. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you think the fact that Splatoon 2 is still selling, do you think that will impact when we will get Splatoon 3? I guess you could look at it in an opposite sort of way to what I did propose in this video, and that is release Splatoon 3 whilst the Splatoon franchise is hot. And the franchise, the series right now is really hot, so why wait for like the series to die down in hype? Why not release Splatoon 3 as soon as possible to take advantage of the hype that Splatoon 2 did build up over the last few years? I guess that is another sort of understandable sort of point of view, but I feel like Nintendo will look at the sales. I feel like it is similar to the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and when Mario Kart 9 will come out as well, I feel like it is a similar position as well. I don't think we will get Mario Kart 9 because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still selling. Yeah, Splatoon 2 is selling at a lesser rate compared to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but I kind of feel like the argument is the same for both games. A lot of people are saying, right, at this point of the Switch's life cycle, we have already got a Mario Kart game, we have already got a Zelda, we have already got a Splatoon. What will Nintendo release next? Because they have pretty much released their sort of main games in their main franchises. What will Nintendo do next? And a lot of people are wondering whether we will be getting sequels on the Switch. Now, so far in this video, I have looked at the aspect of maybe the newer game in that series impacting the sales of the current game already out there, so Splatoon 2, and of course you got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe still selling. Would Nintendo want to release a Mario Kart 9 and cut the legs off of the momentum that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is having right now? It is still selling. Every single financial results, it is still going up and up and up. Why would Nintendo want to stop that momentum? But I guess there is another aspect as well. Maybe the sales of the current game, it could impact on how well the newer game does sell. Maybe Nintendo might think, you know what, we don't need another Splatoon, we don't need another Mario Kart game on the Switch because people are satisfied with what is currently out there at the moment. Would people go out and pick up another Splatoon game, another Mario Kart game for the same system? Maybe Nintendo might think whether a second Splatoon game would have the same impact. Also, whether they will pick it up if it does come out later on in the Switch's life cycle. That is another reason in when we might get sequels for games on the Switch that did come out in the first year. Of course, we are getting Breath of the Wild 2, but will we get a Splatoon 3? Will we get a Mario Kart 9? And yeah, that is the question. I believe because Splatoon 2 has sold 10.13 million units, I think Nintendo will look at it and say, you know what, we don't need a Splatoon 3 at the moment. But maybe I could be wrong, maybe we will get Splatoon 3 on the Switch. Maybe that will happen. Maybe it will be coming out in a couple of years' time. We just don't know at the moment, but that is just my thought process based on what we sort of know at the moment, and just looking at all of the sales data and what Nintendo typically do with their main series. We are in uncharted waters at the moment. We just don't know what will happen. I guess that is both exciting and a little bit nerve-wracking at the same time, because we could be waiting ages for Splatoon 3 if that is the case. But yeah, I have talked about that many times on the channel. Let me know your thoughts on Splatoon 2 selling over 10 million units. I am definitely really chuffed to bits about that. The game definitely deserves it, although I am a little bit disappointed that Super Mario Party will probably overtake it in the next financial results, because Splatoon 2 is at 10.13 million and Super Mario Party is at 10.1, so it will probably overpass it. I don't think it deserves to. I think Splatoon 2, you got more content there, the game is better. I just don't feel like the game deserves to be passed up by Super Mario Party. But yeah, that's pretty much it with this video. This is going to be the last time I will talk about Splatoon 3 for quite a while, until we do get any news, any leaks or anything from like Nogami. I won't be making any more videos talking about Splatoon 3 because I have made quite a lot over April and May. And yeah, it's getting a little bit overkill, so yeah, probably will take a little bit of a break until something new pops up for me to talk about. But yeah, that's pretty much it with this video. Definitely I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Do you think we will get Splatoon 3 on the Switch? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and yeah, we'll see you in another video soon, hopefully.